Hi everyone, it's Plastic EP here, coming in live. Let me tell you, I love this show, Plastic EP's worldwide pop culture news. Let me bring on the panel for you now. Here's Nathan Liu, Mr. Shampoo, we love him. Right, here's Daniel Coston, we love him too. Here's Ed. Now I want to tell you something out there in the big wide world, all right? Today in Australia, it's the 15th of the 4th, 2022 at 9:50 in the morning, right, a.m. I just woke up and we're doing this. I had another interview earlier, and I just want to say officially to everyone out there, I know in the US that the dates are different. It's like the 4th of the 15th, 2022. But this is the unofficial news. Plastic EP. This is the 700 show unofficially. I can't wait until Sunday. Unfortunately, I made it. So I want everyone to know that I've made the 700 show, and the official show will be the one Sunday, 7 p.m., because that's official, but this is the unofficial 699 and a half show that only we know about and whoever tunes in. So, I mean, it doesn't get any greater than that when you show people congratulations on the 700 show, but you're actually doing 699 and a half. So, I think that's pretty good. What do you think?
Congratulations, Plastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I appreciate that. And I also want to know, right, this is true. Nathan Liu knows me inside and out, because there's a few people that are like my right hand. You know what I mean? And Nathan Liu knows without these glasses, I'm a mere mortal. He talks to me on Facebook, and he knows, and people don't get it. Explain to him about Plastic EP, Nathan. This is your chance on this show before we get into the news. What am I without the glasses? Explain it.
Well, these days you can FaceTime with people, and, I'm coming out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and Plastic's coming out of Melbourne, Australia. And, we have chats and we discuss the shows, and he's just a regular guy like you guys are. And when you watch the Plastic EP show, he's in his own little square there, and his backdrop is very groovy. And, when he puts on those glasses, no word of a lie. He's transformed.
Coming in from Australia, Melbourne, Australia. Anyway, go on.
And
how do you find the conversations? You're talking to me, mortal, and then when I'm here, it's like, the hurricane.
That's right. The glasses are very important. People understand that they're not just a gimmick. I mean, he puts them on, and he's very futuristic. And, he's like he's broadcasting from Mars or something like that. And he doesn't look like the rest of us in our little boxes, So, those glasses are a very important part of his character, and it has been since 1980, I do believe. Isn't that right?
Yeah, earlier. Yeah, that's right. And what happens is the glasses have been on me on my musical journey.
That's right.
So when I used to play live, these are very dark. So the spotlight doesn't go into my eyes. So half the time when people are sending texts, I can't read them anyway. And the other great thing is when you're doing interviews, if you're half asleep, they can't see your eyes. So I can be asleep mentally, but awake. I can be awake mentally, not physically asleep. That's the gag. You got to have a gag, all right? You got to have something. But let me tell you, I want to welcome everybody to the show. And now let's get straight into the pop culture news. Go for it, Mr. Shampoo.
Well, thank you, Plastic, and it's good to see you, Ed, and good to see you, Daniel, as well. My first story to report today is Paul McCartney. Now you can own one of his basses. Now, Yamaha gave him this bass. Now, this bass was sold for $496,000, the biggest amount of money ever paid for a bass guitar. Paul McCartney played it on, you'll hear it on Ebony and Ivory. And, it's great to be able to own Paul McCartney's bass. So he donated it for charity, and I think that's just awesome, It's very generous of Paul, because he played it, My second report today is kind of a great little report here, because it's Danny Harrison, the first son of any Beatles that's won a Grammy and shared with his mother, Olivia. And it's for the All Things Must Pass album. And if you listen to that album, it's beautifully remastered, and he oversaw everything. And good for Danny. He won a Grammy. I think that's just great.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that. That rhymes. Danny with a Grammy.
Yeah.
Ooh, I
That's
like that. Yeah.
And the third one to report today is the Rolling Stones has got their own exhibit. Now, this exhibit is called Unzipped, as you can see. And on the left bottom there, you can just see all the clothes that they accumulated over the years. And that's Keith Richards' Gibson Les Paul. And I think he played it on City of the Devil or something like that. And there's also the album there. It's called The Rolling Stones. It was called The Secret Concert they did in Toronto at the El Combo nightclub. And now it's being released for the first time. And 300 people were in this room to see the Stones right there, and nobody knew about it, and it's finally getting released. So that's really cool. I think that's just great. I mean, 1977, that's quite old to release. But hi, Cheryl.
Hey, Cheryl.
Hello, Cheryl. Read that. Hello from Louisiana. Visiting family here. Well, do yourself a favor. Go up to all your family members and say hello from Plastic EP, Nathan Lou, Mr. Shampoo, Ed Rising, and Daniel Coston today.
And for my fourth report here is, Ringo, he's got an exhibit too. And you can see there, it's called, Peace and Love Ringo. Now, this was done, quite a while ago. I don't know if the exhibit is running, but it features his musical and acting career. I don't know if people realize that Ringo was quite a good actor after, the Beatles. And what it shows there, is his drum kit from Shea Stadium to the drum kit he used on Ed Sullivan, the Pepper Suit, the cape he wore in Help. And you can see that on the bottom screen there's a Ringo's first Ludwig Black Oyster Pearl drum set. You can see how much it sold for in 2015. Now, I mean, it's a survivor to actually, be able to be sold. I mean, that's a lot of money to pay for a drum kit, but it's Ringo Starr's, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So number 5 today is it's a DVD called The Best of the Beatles, and it's Pete Best telling his story from 1960 to 62. Starts in Liverpool, goes or Hamburg to Liverpool, and Pete tells it in his own words, and he was a very important part of the evolution of the Beatles. I mean, it's a great little documentary if you guys want to watch that. I've certainly watched it. It was great. And my last one today is, I think...
You got a message here from Cheryl. Can you read that out, Nathan?
It says, see you at the next gig, Nathan. We'll be home by then. Well, Cheryl, it'll be good to see you and everybody else because it's been a while for, not playing with the COVID restrictions and stuff.
I love the text. Keep them coming in because we want to make it like family. If anything's happening, like, you got a Sunday dinner, or you want to tell us about it, it's all right. Just bring it onto the pop culture news. We love it. That was great. That made my day.
And my last one report today is, if you go on YouTube, you can see the brand new, not that one yet, but if you go on YouTube, you can see the brand new video of My Sweet Lord.
Ooh.
And it features Jeff Lynne, Olivia Harrison, Ringo, and Joe Walsh. Now, you have to understand, Joe Walsh is married to Ringo's wife's sister. So they're brothers-in-laws, right? Ringo and Joe. Weird Al's in it. Danny Harrison's in it. And, it's been remastered under, Danny's supervision, of course, but it's a great video. You've got to see it. It's got all these famous people that I didn't mention as well. But if you haven't seen it, you have to see it. So I'm just going to end with my 3 picks for people that love pop culture. And the first one is called Come Get Happy, The Partridge Family Story. Now, if you haven't seen
I just want to say they're not on the bus there. They're on the limousine. Come
Yeah.
on, get happy.
Yeah. Now, you have to realize these are actors. This is an actual, the real Partridge Family. But I enjoy watching these types of stories because, they tell you things that you don't know. And sometimes they got some really good groups, imitating the Partridge Family or other, famous bands. My second pick is Summer Dreams by the Beach Boys. No, we'll just do that one last. The Beach Boys. And this one, I've seen this one. It's really good. The band that that does the music in there is incredible. And this is from the Beach Boys from the very start right till the Smile album, and it's great. And my last one is the Monkees story for all you Monkees fans out there. And if you haven't seen this, it's wonderful because it's a story about the Monkees. And it was released. I know it was released in 2000, and it's quite old now. But if you haven't seen it, those are my picks. And I'm going to turn it over to you, Ed, because you like the Monkees.
Tell
Yeah.
us about the new Blu-ray, the Blu-ray being released, Ed.
Yeah. So the Rhino had released the Monkeys in complete series back in 2016, but it's been off of their website and unavailable anywhere else for quite some
Carry on.
time. But Rhino is putting it back on their website, so it's now available for you guys to go to rhino.com and find the Monkeys original series on Blu-ray. The cost is $199, and you get all 58 original episodes. You get the movie Head with commentary by all four monkeys. You get the TV special they made, which was the last thing they did, is the four of them until they split up, called 33 Revolutions per Monkey. And you get a lot of other extras in there. So it's reasonable. It's available. If you got the Blu-ray, go for it. I tell you, I like the Blu-ray and the DVD stuff because you get really more data. You get more stuff than you do when you just stream these things. So what? I'm very excited that that's back available. Regarding that Daydream Believers movie, uh, uh, Shampoo, the film wasn't that great, to be honest with you. I didn't think that it was a great depiction of the monkeys, but it does have a lot of good stuff in it. And it was really terrific to see that VH1, I believe VH1 produced it. They at least they originally aired it, and so it was good to see the monkeys getting that kind of attention. Um, and you mentioned that there was a Partridge Family film, Come On,
Yeah.
Get Happy. That was done in 1999, and it was based loosely around Danny Bonaducci's story, his home life and his difficulties there, and his career as a young star with the Partridge Family. It was a very good. I thought it was a very well made film. Um, my next bit of news, and I'm waiting for Plastic to come back up and give me the little snapshots there. But I'll just want to tell you a little bit about Barry Manilow. Barry Manilow's original musical Harmony has been premiering this week in the American Yiddish Theater in New York off Broadway. He wrote this with his frequent collaborator Bruce Sussman. And so, if you're in the New York area, go out and support Barry and support this wonderful show. So, I suggest that. Plastic, could you pass on some of my uh, pictures, please, for the other items?
Right.
Okay, so I was looking around for DVDs of some classic cartoons, and I'm the kind of guy I like to see something now and again. I'm not a completist when it comes to this kind of stuff. So this is pretty great. It's got 600 episodes of old cartoons that we grew up with. At least I know I did. Casper and and Popeye and well, I didn't grow up with Betty Boop, but Betty Boop is in there. Mighty Mouse and so forth. Anyway, it's a good size seat DVD. Only cost $17.99. And it seems to have some good reviews on Amazon for the quality for the price. So I think that's pretty good, a good find. Next, Netflix, which is one of my favorite streaming sites, has had a program called Gracie and Frankie. They are in their last season, season 7, and on April 29th, they will be dropping their final episode. And so, if you haven't already I've been watching Grace and Frankie. I suggest you do that. It's a really good show with Martin Sheen and I forget the Sam Waterston. He's the guy from Law and Order with the gray hair. Anyway, he's in it too. It is very, very well done show. And let's see. Next, we have for all you Star Trek fans, we have the news that they are leaving Netflix beginning in April. Star Trek: The Next Generation is no longer with Netflix, and so I wanted to bring out to you that this picture. Could you put that back up again, plastic, please? There are several box sets available of Star Trek: The Next Generation. This one seemed to get the best reviews that I saw, and it gives you the full series and really good extra bonuses on there, commentaries and so forth. And like I said before, I like the commentaries. It gives a nice, unique perspective of the show and so forth. So that's essentially my news. And what
That's
about
great.
you, Daniel?
Go for it, Daniel.
And this is my news, and you're welcome to it. So I want to mention that announced today, Light in the Attic Records is releasing the Nancy and Lee album from 1968 with bonus tracks, new mastering, a new interview with Nancy Sinatra. For those of us that really like the Nancy and Lee songs from the late 60s, this is probably the best of the lot. So yeah, please, Nancy and Lee out May 20th from Light in the Attic Records. Please check it out. It's awesome. I know we've discussed on this show the Fest for Beatles fans that just happened in New York, New Jersey in the last couple of weeks. If you were not able to make it like me, you can watch the videos of the main stage performances online through the end of April. This includes an interview done with our own Don Danneman, as well as a Zoom interview done with Peter Jackson and Michael Lindsay Hogg. That happened Sunday afternoon. I think that was put together through our friend Ken Michaels. Hello, Ken. And so I believe it's $10 to watch everything until the end of April. So please go to thefest.com and check that out. It is awesome. Speaking of the Beatles, Ringo Starr has announced more tour dates for I guess in September. If you're anywhere in the Southeast, he's playing Atlanta on June 22nd. And I also want to mention that Ringo's doing 2 shows with my friends, the Avett Brothers, in Boston and I believe in Massachusetts, or in Connecticut, in early June. Please check that out. I did want to note the passing of one of Australia's best musicians, or most important musicians to me, and that was Chris Bailey of the Saints. Chris passed away this week. The Saints were a hugely influential band for punk and all the great music that came after it. I first heard Chris and the Saints on the Yahoo Serious Young Einstein soundtrack in '89 when he covered an Easy Beat song. The music goes around my head, Easy Fever Forever. And I got to meet Chris Bailey at South by many years ago. And, safe travels, Chris. Thank you. And,
Yeah, the big song, I'm Stranded.
Yes, I want to mention that after I discovered more about, I learned about the Saints through that CD, and I immediately picked up "I'm Stranded." I still have that CD.
What year was I'm Stranded?
I believe Stranded was '78.
Okay, well, as I said, the Saints were the forerunner.
Mm-hmm.
But then, in 1981, guess who came out of the gates, right? You know who came out of the gates in 1981? This guy with his first release.
1, 2, 3, 4. At home, all alone, no one to turn to, no one to turn to. At home, please stay with me. Hello, no one here with me. No one to turn to, no one to turn to, no one to turn to now. And I say, hey now, ooh now, what you gonna do now? Hey now, ooh now, you're feeling blue now. Hey now, ooh now, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Without me, without me, without me, yeah. hello. Don't run and hide. Come on and love me. Come on and love me. And I'm all by myself in me. Oh, oh. And I'm all by myself in me. Oh, oh.
Anyway, that was our first vinyl release in 1981. And let me tell you, then we recorded a song called Well You Want to Make a Record. Went back to the recording studio to finish it off. And guess what? The master tape's gone missing. So we can't make the record. So here we are with the song Well You Want to Make a Record. We had it on cassette. Now we haven't got the master to make the second single. So then in 2018, we convert the cassette into making a vinyl record. It was reissued, a song that's never been released to the mass, right, from 1981
Wow.
to 2018. What do you got?
Well, it's a pretty good song, Plastic. I really like that.
Great.
I love
No,
it.
but Daniel, tell me.
Good.
From 1981 to 2018, when they released my second single that didn't happen, Well You Want to Make a Record, how many years is that?
That's 37 years.
You sure it's 37 or more?
37 bordering on 38. I mean, but now people are ready even more than ever. They are ready for.
Yeah, but what happens is they released 1,000 of these. They went worldwide. The song that was never released in 1981, they went crazy for it. I got people in France with the single all over their bodies because they love it so much. And here's the song. Well, you want to make a record and you see it because the first one's at home by Plastic EP in the records, right? The second one is that wasn't released in 1981. That was meant to be our second punk single, right? By Plastic EP in the records. And then the next year we became the EPs and released Forget I Said. Here is the lost song. The one you've never heard a guitar like it in your life, called Well You Want to Make a Record.
You could. You want to make it sound better, like you wish you could. Well, add a little guitar and make it cry. Cry, 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 cry. Make that rhythm fly, guitar. You could. Well, add a bit of bass. Not so much now. Make it sound in its place. Try, try, try. Try, try, try. Well, that'll get by. Bass.
You know, just to tell you, right, that was the second single that was never released. There is no song come out of Australia that's punk that's got a guitar that comes out of the song like that.
I love that.
It's been written about. It's all over the net. If you go to a site, there's a site that did an article on the Plastic EP and the records, right? Now I'm just thinking of the site, but it tells the history of the band, and it said, this band is like no band you've ever heard before, right? They're like short of a six-pack or whatever, and it's like They got this deranged sound that comes out of nowhere. It's like Plastic EP doesn't sing. He sings on the notes. He sings above the notes. And I thought, yeah, this guy gets it, right? Wallaby
Well,
Beat.
I think it's got a really cool guitar sound.
Yeah.
It's a good song. But who plays the guitar? It's a very cool fuzzy guitar.
Yeah, I love that.
Anyway, Wallaby Beat. I want you to go to Wallaby Beat. Look up. They've got 3 articles, right? Wallaby Beat. You look up Plastic EP in the records. It tells you the history of the song at home. Then you look up Wallaby Beat again, and it tells you the history of why you want to make a record. Then it tells you about Forget All I Said, the second single that took the place of When You Want to Make a Record, because then we went in, as I said, 1982, we went pop. So the first 2 releases were punk. The third one was pop. And as I said, the second single couldn't do anything. So the third single became the second. So that's the history of Plastic EP in the records. And do yourself a favor. If you want to know how big Plastic EP in the records are, when I first started, just go to Google, type in Plastic EP in the records, and it's all there.
Well, you know, Plastic, I don't think the viewers know this, but I don't know if Daniel or Ed knows this as well. Plastic also wrote, I do believe, 2,400 original songs.
Mm-hmm.
And he's made some movies as well.
6 movies.
He's made some movies, and you know, so that's quite a span of you know, what he does.
Released over 100 digital albums, and if you go to the net, right, we've just released the latest one, and it's like mind blowing because it goes on like forever, and I haven't stopped, and now I reached this milestone, as I said, of 700 shows. And I look back and I go, it's amazing, isn't it? Because I haven't had time. I haven't had time to stop to take it in. And this is why when you watch Plastic EP, he's unique. There's nothing like him. And that's what it's all about. And as I said, this is the latest album that's come out now. That's the latest. It used to be my baby, that's right? Nice. We put that together. That's actually everywhere. If you go to YouTube Music, you can hear all Plastic EPs. Most of the albums are there. It's on iTunes and Spotify, but with iTunes you pay. When you go to YouTube Music, as I said, the great thing, it's free. But let me tell you, look at this. Here is a young man on the right-hand side who's released now this album called Anthology, Plastic EPs in the records. You can hear the full anthology from 1981, right? It basically covers 1981. That's the whole 9 songs from 1981. You got 3 versions of At Home, right? You got the first one, I put my vocal down. Then you got it again when I put my vocal down the second time, which became the single that you just heard. Then you hear another version you've never heard in your life. Then you hear all these other songs. And this anthology, Plastic EP in the records, is mind-blowing. Go on YouTube Music and type that in. I mean, I can't believe it. And the great thing is no one knows about this songwriting, but it's all done spontaneously. So I never told anybody for 24 years that Vicky, my wife, is in the band. So people used to watch the videos and go, how come Plastic EP and Vicky, they sort of click? Like they didn't get it. I can't keep a secret. How did I keep that for 24 years? I don't know why. But the reason was in my head. 2 reasons. John Lennon didn't want people to know about his wife. So I'm thinking I'm in a band. They might as well just know me as me. Right? And the thing is that I left Vicky to stand on her own 2 feet. So then they'll go, oh, Vicky, she's a musician. Look what she's done on her own without Plastic EP. But what the joke for 24 years was, Wally and I would be writing songs upstairs. No one knows this. And I'd be yelling from upstairs, hey, Mrs. Plastic EP, because no one knew. Could I have a cup of tea and biscuits? It was like a joke for 24 years. And then we were recording songs, and Vicky will come by and I'll say, stop. And she'll go, what do you want? So what do you mean what I want? I want you to sing on the song. And she'll go, but I'm doing stuff. I said, I don't care. This is what you got to do. She said, can I hear the song? I said, don't worry about hearing the song. I want you to sing this. And I'll tell her and she'd sing it. And then she'd go and do her housework. So it's like, you know, you can't get it more spontaneous like that. And that's what works. And that's why I give a lot of credit to Vicky, because people don't know what she went through after we got married. Here we are. We're in a band. You got to go get some drum lessons. You'll be fine. You know, you look good behind. Just leave it to me and Wally up the front. You know, we got Vass. We'll just do the album. We got Michael on keyboards. And it was like, unless you lived it and you did it, you got no idea. These songs don't grow on trees, right? This is why these classes have been on a musical journey. And there's a documentary called The EP Story. Go on YouTube and watch it. And Wally and I and Vicky go back and remember.
Yeah.
Now, Wally's passed away, right? So all the memories and everything is on that video. So it means a lot to me. And Wally comes out and tells the truth. And he said, Plastic EP is the only person I know can get a drum beat, right? A drum beat. Sing the complete song from the start to the end, right? He has to pitch to nothing because there's no music. And he'll sing you the whole song from the start to the end, and we just fill it in. That I'm telling you the truth.
Wow.
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 And I mean,
I'm sorry he's passed away.
Because people don't believe me. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But there's no boundary that I haven't done. I've done an album. It's not on the net now, right? It's called Cherry Mustard or something. I don't call it some name. We got our songs and we put them all backwards. First album, every song is backwards. You know, we were doing like crazy stuff. I got, you know, the Beatles album, the Australian one, it's called With the Beatles. I may as well tell you this history because no one knows. So there's a track listing of Beatles songs. So I got the track listings as they were, and I wrote different titles for the songs. Like, it won't be long, it'll be a short time. Or can't do this, you do something else. Do you understand? Like the opposite of the title for the complete album. And that's called With EPs, and it's got a Rickenbacker on one side and it's got a Hofner bass on the other. And I'm actually got those two songs. You're lucky. Now, if you stretch my arm, I'm going to show you something that no one's seen. Okay? Now,
Where's that arm?
I'm going to
Where's
show
that
you,
arm?
I'm talking about, I'm talking these two songs I did the opposites.
Stressing your arm.
Yeah, but you know the songs I did the opposites? They're at the end of this clip, right? One is called It'll Be a Short Time, I think, and the other one's called No More You. Now, those two songs are brilliant, and you're going to see them at the end of the EP's medley. I'm going to show you now. That's going to be shown on the 700 show on Sunday, 7 p.m. This is an exclusive. Watch out for the last two songs where you see Wally and me wearing wigs. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Those two songs are two titles. I did the opposite of the Beatles with the Beatles, the second album in Australia. If you look at the track listing, I made up opposite titles and just invented songs for them. And what's mind-blowing is the songs are great. Watch this. Watch the medley and watch for the last two songs. And no one's seen this. This is an exclusive.
She owned a beat-up Buick. It ran down the road, it ran like a beauty. Saw her every minute when I wasn't working. That's about the time this love started hurting. Speed and spatter, oh, speed and spatter. Run lying and a cheating. This love's in for a beating. Don't turn back the clock, there's no repeating. Spit and spatter. Oh, spit and spatter. Doesn't matter. Oh, spit and spatter. Spatter, oh, spit and spatter. When it's time to rock, it's time to rock, it's time to rock.
He gave me a rap book and I didn't know what to say. He gave me a rap book and I threw it away. 'Cause I just didn't have the time, I didn't have the time for him. I didn't want to speak to him 'cause it was time to rock.
It was time to rock. It was time to rock. Oh, that's when it matters, girl. That's when it matters, girl. When everybody turns their back on me and there's no one standing beside me. You're the one that always comes through. It's only you. It's only you. That's when it matters, girl. That's when it matters, girl. Yeah.
That's when it matters, girl. That's when it matters, girl.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh. It'll be a short time before I see you, baby. 'Cause in my heart I love you more and more each day. Yeah. It'll be a short time before I see you again, baby. It'll be a short time before I see you again, baby. But I'll play you a love song every night. I'll kiss your lips and hold you tight. I'll tell you how much I wanna love you right. Right, yeah. It'll be a short time before I'm with you, baby. Baby. It'll be a short time before we kiss again. I can't live my life without you, girl, when there's no more you.
No more you.
I can't live without your love when there's no more you.
No more you.
When there's no more you. When there's no more you.
No more you.
Yeah, babe. When there's no more you.
No more you.
I can't live without a love that's always true.
Always true.
I can't live without your love when there's no more you.
No more you.
When there's no more you.
Ah.
When there's no more you. Do-do-do-do-do. When there's no more you.
No more you.
There you go. How amazing is that? Those two last songs are the ones I'm talking about. Just made them off the top of my head. Opposite the Beatle titles.
I like the No More You song very much.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. What
Did
about
you like
Spit and
that for
Spatter?
The 700 show?
What about Spit and Spatter, Plastic? Who played the guitar on that?
Well, Vass is playing the guitar on that, but let me explain something about Spit and Spatter so people understand what it is. What happens is I sing the song, right? And it's about a guy, and he speaks about his car and his girlfriend. So the spit and spatter is the exhaust that the Chevy is making, or whatever the car I say it is, going down a road. That's why the song's called Spit and Spatter. Right? I mean, Where's that come from? You know what I mean?
Larry
Is that
Beach
not
Boys.
a unique song? To me, that's a unique song. I've got so many unique songs. You got to understand what Plastic EP is about. I said to Wally from the day we start, I just want to write songs. I don't care. Down the track, someone's going to find one of our songs, bang, 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 bang. I said, I want to get to 100 albums. Right, that was like the goal from the start. Every single minute of the day, we got together, devoted all our time to just write songs, write songs, write songs, and write songs. And that's why I'm honest with you. When I go up to some musicians and I tell them, hey, I've written 2,400 songs, they look at me like, yeah, sure. And they'll say, go on the net and have a look.
Yeah.
Because it's true. You know, when you got no pressure, looking for a song. Oh, you know, I didn't want to write one song and go, oh, this is great. And then someone says to me, yeah, but where's your next one? I didn't want to have like that. I didn't want that. I just said, forget it. Just write songs. Bang, 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 bang. And I don't want to say old I'm now. Most people already have worked that out on the net. But I can tell you in my lifetime from 1981, because the songs were coming to me when I was 8 years old, from 1981 to 2020, I've done over 2,400 songs. So you can work out your lifetime how many songs you can actually do, if you can do it. See, my problem is the other day, I stopped, I just had a break in recording, and 3 demos came into my head within 15 minutes. Right? I'm just going, oh, yeah. And I sing it into my phone, because now it's a challenge. You got to understand, people don't understand about songwriting. I've got to challenge myself. What I used to do is, I used to do a recording session where I had 4 songs, right? This is like my formula. 4 songs I had in my head. And I'd go, right, song A is good. Song B is good. Song C sounds like crap. Song D sounds all right. So let's concentrate on song C. So what I do is I go, A's all right. D's all right. B's all right. Oh, now we're on C. Let's try. Right? And half the time, song C will be A, B, and D because I put my effort into that one, the weakest song. And sometimes what I think is the weakest is not the weakest. It's the strongest. So you don't know what people like out there, but I'll tell you what. Doesn't matter written 2,400 songs. If I give you my top 10 songs of EP songs, they're unbeatable. Right? Like those songs, Vicky are on those songs. You know, Hey Bananas, We Think You're Groovy. That is like the one that broke me in America and the world. That's a song. At Home to me is the second song. Because those 2 songs are the one that like, boof, you're there. You know what I mean? And with the 700 show, I love talking music because you guys have opened up like a Pandora box for me because I know everything about what I've done. But you guys have to know my history, and that's why it's a pleasure to tell you. I mean, I got texts now. Let's see. We got 5 texts. Let's see what's going on.
All right.
Right, here we go. And I've got Vicky too. She's busy, but she's going to hear me. Have a listen to this, Vicky, right? I'm going to read it to her because she's in the kitchen. I absolutely adore you, Plastic EP, and your beautiful wife.
Oh, that's lovely.
Come close and yell out, let's love it. Can you tell these people that it's true? That you'd be in the kitchen walking past and I'd say, can you sing on this song? And you'd go, can I hear it? And I say, don't bother hearing it.
That's all true.
No, wait a minute.
I'm not coming on screen because I'm not dressed. No.
Hey, I've done 700 shows.
Sorry. See, he puts me on the spot. This is exactly what he's been doing for 35 years.
Yeah, but tell him it's... See, she's gone. So I have to get her between the housework to do songs. That's the beauty of it. It's like I got a song and she goes, wait, I'm busy. Well, Plastic EP doesn't wait. When he's doing a song, he don't wait. I don't wait for no one. And the thing is, there's a lot of songs where I actually do my own backup vocals and I sound like Vicky. And Wally would come in and hear the song and he goes, gee, Vicky sounds great. And I look at him and go, that's not Vicky. That's me. I did my own backup. She was busy doing housework.
Funny.
Wow.
Read this out. I love this show.
I've got lots of lyrics that I have written, just having a hard time finding someone to assist me with them. Well, Rebecca, I'm glad to hear you doing that. Please send them to Plastic. Send them to some
No,
of
no, no. Don't say no one to me. I'm so complicated in my mind. I'm trying to work myself out. Don't worry about it. It's
But
okay.
hopefully there's somebody out there watching us who would love to help Rebecca with those songs. So please get in touch with us.
Exactly.
We'll put you all in touch.
Yeah.
And keep writing.
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely.
that's it. Don't stop. Be like Plastic. Devote your whole life to it. So then you can turn around and say, I've done 2,400. And when people look at you, they don't believe you not. Now, you know the other thing, right? You know how you twist my leg? Oh, sorry, you twisted my arm last week. Aaron, she's bringing tea. Can you just hold the tea in front? Watch. Here's my hands. Put it in front of the... Yeah, look. Hold it up. Hold it up. There you go. Now you know that's her hand, all right? So it's
Yay.
here.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Vicky.
Hi, Vicky.
You're all saying hi
Hey,
because I
Vicky.
love you.
Vicky, does he really wake you up in the middle of the night to sing?
Yeah.
he did.
Tell him I do. Tell him I do. Tell him I write the song in my head. Tell him.
He does. I've just got one now. It's just come to me.
Tell him about when
Go
I...
away.
Wait a minute. Tell him the time when I had a shower. This is true. I had a shower. And this song comes to me, right? And I said, Vicky, get a piece of paper and a pen and write it down. Is that not a true story?
That's true. That's
This is a PG podcast, Plastic, right?
That's before mobile phones. But let me tell you, this is another true story since we're getting into it. I'm having a bath. This is true. I'm in a bath and I'm lying back and I'm doing nothing, right? And then these words come in my head and they go like this. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy, right? Just comes into my head from nowhere and I go, hey, bananas, we think you're groovy, right? I start singing the track in the bathtub, right? That's where it came from. So I wrote one song in the shower, one in the bath. Now, here's the lesson for young musicians. You can write a song anywhere and stay clean in the meantime. That's the big message. Do you like that one or not?
Yeah, that's cool.
Now,
It's groovy.
just for the show, don't tell anybody, but since you're talking about it, this is going to be shown on the show. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey, bananas, we watch a movie. Yeah. Driving tune buggies everywhere, just going crazy without a care. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. We love to watch you 'cause your favorite show. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy.
Na 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 na.
Na 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 bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. You live at Hocus Pocus Park playing games. Everybody in the world knows your names. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. We love to watch your car and shows. Now up and down the poles you go. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. Now, you know the great thing about that video that you don't know, 3 choruses before the end, I'm spinning around and my strap breaks. Lucky I didn't drop the guitar. I don't know if you saw that, but the strap actually breaks off the guitar. And lucky I had the neck of it And then I realized, oh no, the strap's gone. So then I had to hold it tight, the guitar, while I'm spinning. So when you see that on the show, have a look at that. All I can say is, if you don't know Plastic EP after 2 years of being on the net and 700 shows, oh well, what do you want me to say?
Well, you're just going to have to watch episode 701 or more.
No, as I said, we're 699 and a half.
Well, after the 700 show, go with me on this. So,
Now,
yeah.
listen,
If you haven't caught on by now, you will soon.
now listen, if I show you a celebrity message that's going to be on the 700 show, would you like to see that no one's seen?
Maybe.
No, I need positives here. I don't need
Yes. How's that?
Wait a minute. I'm trying to control myself. I want it.
All right, listen.
What he said.
I'll make it easy for you, right? I think you'll enjoy this one. Okay, this is going to be shown Sunday night, 7 p.m. It's only one of the celebrities that's got a message for me. Let's have a look at this because I reckon this is really groovy, okay? Here's a preview special.
Hey, Plastic EP, Gary Puckett here. I know you're in Melbourne, Australia, and we're far away right now from you, but we're looking forward to seeing you, and congratulations on your 700th show. God bless.
What goes up must come down. Anything got to go round.
Talking about your troubles, it's a crying shame. Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel spin. You got no money and you got no home. Spinning wheel, all alone.
Talking about your troubles and you never learn.
Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel turn.
Did you find the directing sign on the straight and narrow highway? Would you mind a reflecting sign? Just let it shine within your mind and show you the colors that are real.
Wow. Who was that?
That was
Nancy Sinatra. These
Was
boots
Nancy
are
Sinatra.
walking.
Yeah, with Gary Puckett and the Union Gap. A really cool version. I should mention, too, that I'm actually going to see the current iteration of Blood, Sweat, and Tears here in Charlotte next month. So I'm looking forward to that. Thank you,
Yep,
Cheryl.
make sure you see him. He's got a fantastic voice, man.
He does.
He does.
I got another top one there too, but even if you twist my arm, I don't think I should show you. I think I should hold it. You know, this is the problem of doing like 700 shows. I got everything now loaded in the computer. I got everything's ready to go for the big show Sunday night. That I've watched the show already 5 times myself, and I can't get enough of it. Do you know how I feel? I just can't help it.
That's very exciting, Plastic. You should have a great show.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good. Now, I'll tell you something. In Scotland, there's a band called the New Piccadillys, right? There's another band called the Kaisers.
Mm-hmm.
Now, George from the band, right? He made, how do we say, marionettes of the band, right? Took him 3 years to put this film clip together, right? I'm going to show you that clip now. Complete control. Mr. Shampoo has seen it. Did it blow your mind, Mr. Shampoo? Tell me the truth.
It's amazing. And, you know, for someone to take 3 years, they have patience and, you know, there's a certain amount of quality and level they want. And, you know, I certainly don't have that, but this person that's done this, nobody's done it. And what's great about it is, you know, I have to say that Plastic was one that discovered these videos and this artist. Isn't that right, Plastic?
Well, I found them and I didn't know about them. And I was blown away. So, I mean, they were out there. But until I found them, I can't bring them into my platform and tell the world about them. So, I mean, you know, they're in Scotland. But, you know, in the US, I'm trying to tell everybody about them. You know, that's what I want to do because they're that great. Put it this way. If it was 1963 and I was a Brian Epstein and I found this group, they'd be the next Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing with the Spindles. The Spindles, the same thing. Watch this clip, 3 years to make. Tell me this is not unbelievable. Complete Control is a cover version of a song, and they do another song by The Clash. I think it's called Judy or something else they do that's a cover. You know the one I'm talking about?
I should. Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It'll come to you. They're all on the net. But watch this one.
Taiwan.
They said British remote control, but we didn't want it on the label. They said fly to Amsterdam, the people laughed, the press went mad. Oh, 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 someone's really smart. Oh, 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 complete control, now that's a laugh on the last tour. My mates couldn't get in. I opened up the bank and what they got run out again at every hotel. We was met by the law. Come for the party, come to make sure. Oh, 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 have we done something wrong? Oh, 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 complete control even over the song. They said we'd be artistically free when we signed that bit of paper. They meant let's make a lot of money and worry about it later. Oh, 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 I'll never understand. Oh, 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 complete control, every sphere of the hands. Control.
I love that.
Right, the other
Very
song
cool.
is Judy is a Punk. You've heard that one. Go on YouTube and watch that, right? I knew you had the word Judy in it. See,
Yeah.
Plastic EP's job is to get on the net 24/7 and find things and show you things and tell you things that no one knows or has seen. Now, how
It's got a
great
bit of
was
a
that,
Herman's vibe to it, doesn't it?
I love the vibe on that song.
Hey, is that
and
like
I
the
love-
Thunderbirds in reverse or what?
Yeah. But
Now, also, I want
they're
to
rock.
say, right, this is becoming a really great show, and there's text coming in because, as I said, 699 and a half show, right? Cheryl said they were great, and this will get out everywhere in the world like usual.
Mhm.
But let me tell you, there's another band right in Chicago. I love them. I'm a big follower and a big fan, and they're called the Spindles. And you know Annette Funicello, they devoted this song to Annette, and this will be shown on the 700 show. So here's another exclusive for everybody.
Hi, Spindle.
Nothing
Okay.
Check out the
Great.
Spindles. How great was that, Daniel?
That's very cool. And speaking of Chicago bands, I'm going to sneak in my last news item. Another Chicago band, Wilco, will be pairing up with a local food market on Tuesday to be featuring a lot of titles from their 2002 album, Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. The band's been doing shows connected to that album recently, and there is more to come, which I can tell you all about soon. So if you're in Chicago, please check out the special market on Tuesday with Wilco. It's a pop-up market. Please check out the Spindles. And I'm Daniel Coston, and you're not.
Well, I just want to say it's been a fantastic show. Does anyone want to add on? I've loved it. Talking about what I had to talk about as well since we brought up the topic. Anyone else want to say anything?
Well, I'd like to say the video you just saw, the Spindles, fabulous band.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff posted, he's on the right-hand side, and the neat thing about what he was doing was it looked like he was playing Hofner bass guitar, like Paul McCartney, but he's not. He's playing a 6-string Hofner guitar.
Yes.
And you don't see a lot of guitarists doing it. And, it's a great band. You should check out these guys. They're friends of mine. And hi, Jeff and the boys, and it's great to see, that rarity of Jeff playing that guitar because you don't see it very often. It looks just like Paul McCartney's bass, but it's a 6-string electric guitar, not a bass.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I got to say, it's been a fantastic show. Mr. Shampoo, Ed, Daniel, great job today. As I said, I like the variety that we did. We gave them the news. We got into our news. And as I said, Sunday night, don't miss it. 7 p.m. Eastern time. That's New York time. Make sure you can start celebrating the Plastic EP 700 show from now because, as I said, this show is $699.5. Got another one to go, and then I've got the big show. It's a really big show. And let me
Be
tell
there.
you,
Well,
be there, but let me tell you, we'll be live. Now, this is good because what Cheryl says, read this out, Daniel.
Enjoyed the Scottish band. Today's show was, dare I say it, groovy.
Right. She also said, right, I like this. She's helping the show along.
That's right.
That must be 4 p.m. Pacific
Standard time.
Standard time. That's
So-
right, here in the U.S.
Yes.
Now, let
7
me tell you,
o'clock
let me leave you with something that you're really going to like. Could you guys twist my arm? Left, right, and center. There's a band in Alberta, Canada, a tribute band. Right? And
Wonder
they're
who that
called-
could be.
They're called All You Need Is Love. And this is their preview message to take us out. And let me tell you, Plastic EP loves everyone in the world there. And it's such a privilege to come out every time and entertain you. And I think it was a really groovy show. You agree, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
I can't wait to watch it on my big TV because then I get to see my big head on a big screen. And I get to hear the songs. And you know what? The second time around is really good. But the third or fourth time, it's like really where the action is. Then I really get into it. The more I watch them, the more entertaining they are. Now, Cheryl's going to introduce your 700th preview. It's from Calgary, Alberta. Here they are with their message, the Plastic EP, that's going to be shown on the official 700 show Sunday, p.m. Eastern time. That's New York time. Here it is to take us out. Stay there. Here we
Plastic, congratulations on your
700 show.
There we go.
What would you think if I sang out a tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get high to the help of my friends. Get high to the help of my friends. Oh, get shy to the help of my friends.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll see everybody because we're still live. Love it.